Hey guys, welcome back to, I guess we're going to call this a vlog. I'm not quite sure exactly how to phrase it, so maybe you can leave your suggestions in the comments below about what this type of video should actually be called. But some of you guys may recall on Twitter a few weeks ago, I was in a bookstore and I love to read books and I was stuck between two. So I posted both of the books on my Twitter account and said, you know, which one do you guys think I should read? Tons of people gave me feedback about which book they thought was better, which one they thought I would enjoy more, and we kind of came to the conclusion that a lot of us like to read books, but we don't really have a way to discuss the books that we've read or kind of give our feedback or what book series we're excited about. So this is going to be the first of the book club, which has yet to be named. But I really wanted to do this because I feel like a lot of people don't read enough books, or they're like intimidated when they think reading is really hard, or they don't know what kind of books that they'll enjoy. So I am a super avid reader, and to the point where like I will pick up a book series and won't be able to stop until I finish like all 13 in this series of the novels. So I wanted to just do these videos to kind of encourage you guys out there to start reading more. It's good for your brain, it's entertaining. In addition to that, there are a couple of books that are being turned into movies, and there's a lot of insight that you get by watching the movie, a lot of backstory that sometimes they leave out that's still super helpful to know. So that's what this whole kind of video series is going to be about. So every month we're going to pick a different book. The first book that we chose was this one, and it's Mrs. Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I thought, like, if you look at the book cover here, it looks like real scary. I thought that it was going to be about ghosts or something, I don't know, quite freaky, but the thing that actually caught me to wanting to pick this one is John Green, the guy who wrote The Fault in Our Stars, which I've also read, gave this a really good review. He said it was tense, moving, and a wondrously strange first novel. So I was like, alright, well, if John Green thinks it's good, then I think that I should maybe give this a try. So it kind of starts off with the main character. It's a young guy, and it talks about his love for his grandfather and how his grandfather has these really kind of quirky like stories behind. Like, all of us know that we've all, like, my grandpa used to be a clown, so my grandpa has all these stories that he used to tell me when I was a little kid about being a clown and all the silly things he used to do. And that's kind of how this book starts out, only his grandpa has a lot of really weird stories about like invisible kids, a lady who was actually a bird, and all this other stuff. So long story short, it comes to the point where some really weird stuff starts happening to his grandpa, and his grandpa actually gets killed, which then leads him kind of on this adventure to find out more about his grandpa and to find out all of the different things, whether they were true, whether they were just fables. And it leads him to Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, which is somewhere that his grandpa had grown up during the war. So it's a really good book. I don't want to give too much away about this book, but if you're kind of a supernatural type fan, that you are interested in like the supernatural, it's not a lot of ghosts, it's not a scary book. It very much, if you took like the book Scary Stories from the Dark, the book that like I think all of us read as a little kid, and then mix that with Harry Potter, that's kind of what you're gonna get in this book. It's about 350 pages. You get a sneak peek of the second book at the end, which is called Hollow City. It's about 350 pages, but a lot of the book is pictures, so you will get information about the different characters via pictures. So here's some other ones that are in there. So it's kind of creepy, kind of a mystery novel, kind of a historical novel. It brings about a lot of stuff from the past, solving crimes. There's like some weird sketches and stuff in here, but it is a really good book, and there is a second one coming out as well. So if you're interested in the second book, you can definitely read the first one. I really enjoyed it. It's different. It is a different kind of book. It says that it's a young adult book, but you know, I'm 28 and I still found it pretty entertaining. I didn't think it was juvenile. It was a very easy read. It wasn't difficult. I actually read this entire book on the flight from California back here to St. Louis. So I read this book in under 4 hours. So it won't take you that long to read it. It was on the New York Times bestseller list, so I really liked it. I don't know that I will read the second one just because it was a cool read the first time, but I've not really gotten into it as much as I have other book series. There's a series called the Rachel Morgan book series, and that one has, I think, like 13 books in it, and those I cannot put down. Those, every time a new book comes out, I read it and I don't stop until it's done. So it didn't captivate my attention that much, but that being said, it was a pretty good, solid read. I read it, you know, pretty easily, like I said, in about 3.5 hours. The pictures were nice. There were some crazy, you know, mystery type things. There's not a lot of romance in it, so if you're interested in a romantic story, there's not any like fluffy romance. I mean, I think there's like one kind of minor plot twist, but it's not a super sappy book. I think this book would do well for both guys and for girls if you're interested in reading it because of that whole supernatural type spin that it has on it. But yeah, I mean, it was good. It was good. Definitely worth a try for it. I paid $10.99 for the paperback book, which isn't that bad. I've paid way more for books in the past. So for that amount of time, I thought it was pretty good. It's about a movie ticket price, and that's what you spend, is a little bit more than what you would watch in a movie. So it was good. Definitely recommend it. I really want you guys to leave your own reviews and your own feedback. If you want to link your own video of what you had to say about the book in the description below, please do that. I really want to encourage you guys to do some of your own criticisms, your own pros, your own cons, and then maybe suggest future books for us to try in the description below. I really want to open this up kind of to a community type forum where we can talk about books and things that are outside of, you know, gaming. I'm going to get into anime, so one of the things that I will do in the coming months is I will review anime. I will try to get into that. I have promised Try Hard Sister so many times that I will do that, but this is my kind of encouragement to do that, is to start this monthly book club for you guys to kind of get into that. That being said, I read this one. We were delayed a little bit because I was sick before PAX. I didn't get to film this video, so that was this one, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. Very, very good book. I would recommend it. The next book that we are going to be reading is the other book that I was torn on, which is The Maze Runner. And The Maze Runner actually comes out in about 2 weeks in theaters. So for me, I should be able to read this in about 2 days, so I will have enough time to do that. But if not, you guys should have a little bit of time before the movie goes out of theaters. I definitely want you guys to read the book first and then go see the movie, because in the next video that we do for the book club, what I'm actually going to do is talk about the book and then also talk about the movie. So there are going to be spoilers in the next video. I tried not to spoil anything in this book for you guys this time, but just as a heads up, the next one is going to definitely contain spoilers. So do not get upset at me for that. This is my advance warning to you that in 1 month, I will be reviewing both the book and the movie. So make sure that you guys go pick this up. This is actually, I think, a 3-part novel. Yeah, 4-part. There's 3 more books after this. So I know nothing about The Maze Runner. I've seen the trailer, but I don't know the main character's name. I know absolutely nothing. So I'm going to read this book next and then go see the movie, and then the next video will be kind of a review between the both of them. This one is 374 pages. It says end of book 1 here, but the text is like super big. There's a lot of blank spaces, and then at the beginning of each chapter there's like a whole bunch of blank space. So this should be a super, super easy read. This one was $9.99, so again, not a very expensive book. I'm sure some of you guys have Kindles or iPads that you can download this on. Just as a like side note, I love paper. Like there's something about holding a book in your hand and being able to like flip the pages that I find much more satisfactory than having a Kindle where you just have to push the button. I think that makes me old and weird, but I don't know, that's that. So that is going to be the next book, is The Maze Runner. So if you haven't had a chance to read this book, you do still have some time to do that, and do, you know, your reviews in the comments below, and then also The Maze Runner. So do that, and then after that we got to figure out what kind of books we're going to be reading. So if you have suggestions for what to read after The Maze Runner, make sure that you leave those below. I don't really want to do the whole series. Like, I'd like to do the first book in a series and then kind of leave it up to people after that. And maybe we'll start doing them also on movies that are coming out, so we can compare the both of them. But that's that. So for those of you who have not heard me talk about the fact that I am a huge reader and I love to read books, now you know, and now you know what we're gonna do. So hopefully the responses that you guys were giving on Twitter about how interested you were in doing kind of a community type book club are still interested in doing that. So this one, again, make sure you read it. Really good. Want to hear what you guys thought about it. Then The Maze Runner is going to be the next book. So go out and buy this one, and we're going to read it together over the next couple of weeks. The movie comes out on September the 19th, I think. Let me see, I have it pulled up here. September the 19th. Yes. Is that right? Yes, September 19th. And then we will do the videos shortly after that for the two of those. So we've got about 3 weeks for that. So go check those out. And school started, so I'm sure that you guys have plenty of teachers that would love you to read. And that's that. So thank you guys for watching the first ever book review club. Goobers read? I don't know, what are we going to call this thing? But let me know what else you want me to talk about in the books. My favorite quotes. If you want to know what part I thought was heart-wrenching. I just don't want to give away too many spoilers. So this one was kind of just the introduction into what we're doing. But like I said, the next one for Maze Runner is definitely going to have spoilers. So you guys will know a month ahead of time, hey, if you don't want spoilers, don't watch the video on that. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in game / in theater / in a bookstore soon. Awesome. Bye guys.